Latvia. Nestled between Estonia and Lithuania, this northern European country tends to fly under the radar. For tourists on a budget, its underappreciated status works to their advantage. With a population under 2 million, it's by far Europe's most crowded country. It's also far from the most expensive, with a mid-level hotel going for about $40, and a 4-star joint costing around double that. Best case scenario, you can put down just $20 for a night's stay. Transportation is also reasonable, with around $3 covering 20 minutes in a taxi. Of course, we'd recommend spending most of your trip on foot. Not only is it free, but you can take in Two-Rider Castle, the House of the Blackheads, and other fairy tale-like landmarks. Number 9. Turkey. Turkey isn't quite the first European destination that comes to mind, probably because it isn't just a European country. However, Istanbul, not Constantinople, has a long and storied European past, and despite Turkey's autocratic woes, it remains an amazing tourist destination. Istanbul's grand size doesn't reflect its prices, with a modest hotel room for 2 definitely on the affordable side, if you choose wisely. And you can dedicate the rest of your budget to the enticing items at the bazaars. Between Dolmabahce Palace and the old city of Balat, Turkey provides inexpensive sightseeing opportunities for travellers pursuing unique European experiences. Number 8. Slovenia. Bordering Italy and Austria, one can imagine how a small country like Slovenia might fall through the cracks. While those with cash to burn will likely be drawn to its flashier neighbours, penny-squeezing tourists won't at all feel like they're settling for less appeal in Slovenia. The country is renowned for its historic castles, which offer an almost fantastical atmosphere right out of the storybook. It's not as expensive as it looks either, especially when you know when to visit. While hotel prices can get up there during peak season, which is May-October time, rooms can drop to as low as just $12 nightly between February and April. Saving about $150 for meals and $60 for transportation, you can spend the rest of the trip relaxing at Lake Bled, exploring caves and taking in the old towns. Number 7. Poland. Most students flock to Florida during spring break. If wild parties aren't for you, may we suggest Poland as an alternative. While not a traditional spring break destination, Poland's soothing countryside and quaint towns provide an ideal venue to clear one's head before turning to studying. What's more, March and April are when mid-level hotel prices drop to a low of $50 per night. While the springtime weather adds another level of atmosphere to the Gothic and Renaissance architecture, winter is also a festive time to visit, with snowfall giving the country the ambience of Santa's village. The good news is that January is another economic-friendly season, with flights being chopped down to about $700. Sun or snow, Poland is the way to go. Number 6. Czechia. Bordering Poland, you'll find the nation formerly known as the Czech Republic, a country overflowing with World Heritage sites. This includes the historic centre of Prague, which provides a gateway to other wonders like St. Vitus Cathedral and Charles Bridge. While the sightseeing is technically free, Prague can be on the expensive side when considering hotels, food and transportation. That's why we suggest visiting between mid-November and mid-March, when the crowds disperse and the discounts come in. Just remember to pack your heaviest clothes. If the cold isn't for you, late spring and early fall also see a drop in prices. The Czech Republic isn't simply defined by Prague either. Towns like Český Krumlov and Terich provide affordable alternatives without skimping on the colourful scenery. Number 5. Portugal. Portugal is among Europe's oldest sovereign states. Time has been more than kind to the country, with landmarks like Belém Tower and St. George's Castle enduring for centuries. The natural landscapes have aged just as gracefully, with Pena de Genda National Park being an untouched wilderness. Since most of your time will be dedicated to exploring, you won't need to set aside much for entertainment. Most of your budget will go towards plane fare, but you can save by visiting between September and November when the deals kick in. November is especially cheap, with flights averaging at $103. Modest hotels are also less expensive, dropping to $44 nightly. It's an atmospheric and affordable place to spend Thanksgiving, or as the locals call it, Dia de Ação de Graças. Number 4. Romania. Romania is perhaps most globally iconic for the Transylvanian landmark of Bran Castle. This fortress will always be associated with Dracula, although little evidence connects it to Bram Stoker's novel. For fans of Gothic horror though, it's hard to resist. Corvin Castle and Pellish Castle are just some of the other sites right out of a classic work of horror. You may be tempted to visit during the Halloween season, but January to March and July to August are when the flights are at their cheapest. With such a sweeping countryside, Romania is ideal for backpacking. By camping and taking local transportation, backpackers can get by on about $30 a day. Even luxury travellers can go a day without exceeding $100. Dracula or no Dracula, Romania won't bleed your wallet dry. Number 3. Slovakia. With the winter being the peak season for alpine skiing and the other 3 seasons bringing different shades of beauty to the national parks, there isn't a bad time of year to visit Slovakia. You won't have to spend that much on activities, as the great outdoors is free and at your disposal. For budget-conscious travels, flights and accommodations are the main things to consider. If you're looking to save on plane tickets, the September to November period is the time to go. Or to save on hotels, travel between March and May, when you can potentially find a room for $16. With less than $200 covering your meals, you'll only need another $35 or so to hop between the mountains, medieval castles, and towns. Number 2. Hungary. It may have a truly horrible leader, but tourism-wise, Hungary has many lovely cities like Debrecen and Szeged, and there's no denying that Budapest is the main attraction. As the country's cultural centre, Budapest offers the most sightseeing ventures. Although the Hungarian architecture is free to observe, it usually doesn't cost much if you desire a closer look. The Zucchini Baths may be the swankiest venue you ever swim in, but you can buy an affordable full day pass. An adult can also take a walking tour of Buda Castle without breaking the bank. Budapest has also earned a reputation as the capital of festivals, attracting fans of music, dance and fine wine at reasonable prices. Best of all, summer is a low season for Hungarian hotels, with rooms dropping to around $30. Number 1. Bulgaria. Whether you're backpacking or staying in a 4-star hotel, Bulgaria is easily one of the most affordable European destinations. Those flying solo should be able to cover a week's worth of transportation, food, and lodging for anywhere between $700 and just over $1,000. However, it's not the prices alone that make Bulgaria our top pick, it's what this country gives back in return. From exquisite structures like the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral to hauntingly beautiful sites like the Deviteshka Cave to natural havens like Seven Rila Lakes, Bulgaria will leave you with a plethora of priceless memories. Look at it this way, selfies at, say, the Eiffel Tower are a dime a dozen, but when people see Bulgaria dominating your Instagram, they'll be sure to ask, where is this place and how much is it to get there?